Okay, hello everybody. Not forgetting anything, I don't think. See? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yep. Sorry. I don't know why. I just kind of end up having that feeling of I'm missing something. Um, hey, what's up, Coggle? Wednesday, my dudes. Decently chonky of a machine for Wednesday. Yes. Yeah, it's funny because we're gonna be building like back-to-back Griffins for a little while, I think. Um, Rue Dog! Rue Dog in the house, what's up? Hope you're doing well. C-Playa, oh, let's see what C-Playa got for us today. What do you call it when your computer goes to sleep? A nap top? Oh, I really like that one. I actually really like that one. Um, so yeah, let me, before we get into the build, let me just take care of one thing real quick. Um, doo doo doo. Um, yeah, we have uh, pretty much the same thing from last time, just this time Intel instead of AMD. So, you know, hopefully it will be a relatively painless experience. And also, I was thinking about it, and think I think I was just kind of tripping last time, and I think that the cool thing about the Arctic fans is they actually come with kind of the fans pre-installed. So I don't think I actually have to worry about trying to replicate that. Okay. Sorry about this. No, this isn't the most entertaining. Just watching me type for a second. But we'll just take it another second. Okay. um, you haven't updated in a while. Gotta send all your food stuff on the Discord soon. Oh yeah. Tonight I'm gonna be trying to make some chicken enoki soup. We'll see how it goes. It is my first time, so it very well, may not go quite as well as I would like. Why does the camera feel really off? It feels backwards. Is it just me? Feel weird? Did I bump it? That looks about right. But the... What? Probably shouldn't have touched it. The my silly kind of like tape it on there seems to be working for the moment though. Hey Nox, hello hello. How's it going? Why does that feel... Oh, I guess we just haven't done this scene in a really long time. Oh, it's because the... Yeah, it is reversed in the camera. The bottom cam is blocking it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop worrying about it. I'm gonna get started. I'll just do that for now. Maybe not the most optimal scene, but it should be fine. Okay. So yeah, I think I had mentioned this before, and actually I may need to jump out real quick and go grab some stuff. Actually, yeah, let me do that. Wait, where did Hawa? Hawawa Wiwa? Okay. I am a little confuzzled, but what's new? So yeah, last time we had just used some prototype parts where they weren't used or anything, they just were used for taking pictures. So these are nice and fresh though. So we'll get to see, it's more authentic to what we normally do. Okay. So actually, yeah, let's just get into it. Okay. So this is the box. Sec. Sorry, one moment. I'm sorry about that. This stream is a mess so far. I just heard a really loud thud and I was concerned. So here's all this stuff. Interesting. Here's a pump head. Or I guess the pump cap along with the pump head. And then, ooh, what are you? Oh, this is the mounting. We'll actually need that for today since this is Intel, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why I'm putting it back. And then, let's see, I believe, like I said earlier, I believe that, actually, oh, he's on his own today? Hey, I've done a few builds now where I've been on my own. I'm a big boy, I can handle it. Plus, last time we did a lot of knocking off the rust, so like, I'm like nice and good to go. But yeah, I am I am on my own for today. And actually, yeah, I'm gonna put this back as well. And this thing. So really, this thing doesn't come with any sort of like documentation. Maybe down at the bottom. It's not that big of a deal. I guess it doesn't really need it. Been a bit? Yeah, doing all right. Yesterday was kind of crazy for me. Nothing like bad, but I just had a kind of a crazy morning. I don't want to give too many details, but what I will say is that I mean, I guess it's a weird way to phrase it with, I'm gonna give a decent amount of details, but basically I've been kind of scared about, like, back at my place, I've been scared about some of like the trees, because there's like some dead trees and they look like they could easily fall onto my car or, you know, the place where I'm staying or whatever. So understandably a little bit nervous about that, I would think. And I had been meaning to submit a maintenance request, but a maintenance guy was there, thankfully, somewhat recently for a different reason. And then I think he put in a maintenance request on my behalf, which I'm glad for, because like I said, I'd just been meaning to do it and kind of forgetting a little bit. Is this your PC? No, welcome in, Gaming with Ant-Man over on YouTube. This is our customer's PC. So we're Phoenix PC. We build computers for our customers. And if you go to our website, phoenixpcs.com, you can take a look at some of our stuff. But yeah, this is, last time we did a build for a customer where we had done a consultation, listened to what they needed, kind of used our knowledge to come up with a parts list for them. This time, this customer knew what they wanted and ordered accordingly. So, yeah, this is just someone came up with this, and they did a good job, because this is a very beefy computer. This will be pretty dang good. Revenge of the Treants. Oh my goodness, like it's, ugh. Being lazy, we do that as well. Yes, yeah, no, seriously. I know, I try not to like beat myself up too much, but I know it's like kind of the feeling of being overwhelmed doesn't help. But man, oh man. And last time I did just one data thing, so I think I'm gonna do that again. This is PCIe, which we won't need. CPU and CPU, it's good. Yeah, it's a bit beefy, no joke. Oh yeah, no, they wanted a kind of a powerhouse, and they're getting it. Yeah, it's a good computer. Yeah. Um, I'll try and wrap up my story quickly though. But yeah, so finally got that maintenance request kind of put in one way or another, and finally had someone come out and take a look. And they asked me to, text them my information and stuff. So that, and then he said that, the company would reach out to like schedule a time to meet or to get the trees cut down, and and then walked away or whatever. And I was waiting to hear something back, and as far as I can tell, I never got anything. I never got any like calls, texts, emails, unless it was in my spam. I think I checked my spam, but I haven't checked it in like the last like couple days. But yeah, and then they just showed up yesterday out of nowhere. So got woken up by like people being like, "Hey, you need to move your cars so we can cut down all these trees." And then that kind of set the tone for the rest of the day, and I was tired. Goodness. Trying to future-proof it for a while. Yeah, I mean, we talk about that a decent bit of like, what does future-proofing even mean, and is that even a thing? But yeah, I mean, definitely this will last. You should be happy with this for a while, for sure. That I can safely say. Actually, let me get these. You have a 5700G. Next year, you want to upgrade to a 5700X3D or Ryzen 9 5950X. Play at 1080p, have a 4060 and 1660 Super. Oh, are you doing words are failing me. Dual GPU? I know a few people who do that. Yeah, like literally a small number. With the 4060 though, unless you're running a ton of monitors, that's the main reason why I think most people run multi GPUs nowadays, is just insane amounts of monitors. But yeah, the 5700X 3D is really curious for me. It really kind of makes me question of like, why not like is the price difference at the current moment, does it make sense to go for the 5700X 3D rather than like maybe the 58? You're gonna get it next summer, but you want to get ahead of any potential increases on tech prices. Yeah, um, probably a smart call, because I believe you were able to take advantage of our Black Friday sale, and I feel like sometimes people expect free shipping because it's so prevalent, but it's not something to like scoff at. It's the way that we do shipping, we don't. I like to think that we don't cut corners, and so it can be kind of expensive. So getting free shipping with us is not a small discount. Uh, Wait, I actually kind of want to. I missed a bit of chat. I kind of want to scroll up a little bit for just 1 second. 5800 X3D is sold out. Ah, that makes sense. Is my PC future-proof for the time being till I save up for AM5? And yeah, dual GPU. I have monitors I game on, the 4060. Oh, okay. Well, at least you're doing it right. Brewdog, how do you think the jump from 8700K to a 14th gen series Intel feels? One day, hopefully for you, lol. Oh, it'll be probably like night and day. I'm not familiar with that processor, but I think getting like a new computer from like that much of a jump is going to be insane. Just can't wait till you sort your build list. Heck yeah. Got to get the debts down before you can put more on yourself. Ooh, yeah. Sleep's overrated anyways. No. I told myself that I would make sure to never be sleep deprived for someone else's sake ever again. If I do it, I'm just the dummy that is hurting myself. But I'm not like chronically sleep deprived like I used to be. Ugh, not fun. Not fun at all. But yeah, so asking, since we've kind of had it thrown around a little bit in both chats, let's talk about future proofing a little bit. Yeah. Which also, thank you so much, the Lord Pizza, for joining us. It's always really awesome whenever we get to talk to customers in chat. So I'll try and not rant about it too much, but talking about getting AM5 versus AM4 now, like currently now, it feels ridiculous to me because let's say you got a brand new computer right now and you decided to go with AM4. I think that's a little bit of a weird choice, just for me personally, because you know, it's not going to be supported anymore, or at least that was what I thought. I thought that, you know, no new CPUs being released for AM4, and then you also have to think about DDR4 versus DDR5. If you get a brand new PC now, and then let's say like 3 years later or something, you don't want a new computer, but you want to upgrade, your upgrade path is basically nothing. The only thing you could do is you could go up the stack for the 5000 series AMD, and then with RAM, you'd have to buy a new motherboard, you'd have to buy new RAM. If you did upgrade the CPU, and then, you know, when you're dealing with like older stuff, who knows, you may have to like think about really okay, maybe I wasn't missing the screw last time, it just doesn't come with it. That's so weird. It's weird that there's like a place for a screw to be and then they don't give it to you. So that's why, like, I had a friend who wanted to, like, you know, do a little shenanigans with us, get a computer through us and stuff, and they ended up going with 5000 series AMD, and I tried persuading them to like think about, I know, even though like there was a tight budget, I think paying just a little bit more for something that's going to give you a better upgrade path is worth it. Especially whenever you're talking about AMD, because it's not like, you know, AM5 just kind of started in, you know, relative terms. So it's not like it's really going to be like going anywhere anytime soon. At least, you know, unless AMD changes how they historically have done things. So yeah, that's the only reason why I feel a bit weird about going with some of the older stuff. Like, I'm definitely not the type of person that's like, oh, you need the newest thing right now, the newest and best thing. But at the same time, there is some like legitimate considerations of like sometimes it can make sense to get something a little bit newer rather than something older, even if it's a little bit cheaper, to get something a little bit older, just because you have to think about down the line what you want to do. But I mean, I guess if you're someone who, you know, kind of just wants to like get a computer and then maybe like 7 years later or something get a new one, that might be a little bit different instead of upgrading. But your cousin gave you his old PC, upgraded it over the years. It was on AM4. Oh, okay. But yeah, so like, if anyone noticed though, part of what I said is there's not a lot of upgrade paths because the socket's not supported anymore. That ended up being kind of wrong, because AMD is for some reason still releasing AM4 CPUs. And I think they're doing it just to spite me specifically. So that's fun. You're on 3 years. Limited RTX 3 availability when you wanted it. So yeah, talking about future-proofing in a wider context. So what I mainly just talked about is upgrade path. I think I think we need to be like think about, you know, what does future-proofing mean? Because sometimes you know, different words have different connotations for different people, or like different, you know, contexts that give them a little bit used differently. You could say future proofing and just mean that you have a better chance of like things being easier whenever you want to upgrade. But some people might use it and mean that they want the computer to last for 5 years and not have any problems guaranteed, or like something like that. That second definition, I think, is where a lot of people go wrong. You never know what the heck is going to happen in this industry. You never know what the heck is going to happen with the software that you're getting the PC for. And that's why, you know, a lot of times we don't like the word future-proofing, because a lot of times people come in with a misconception. But I think there is some legitimacy to, you know, there are some conversations that can be had that are a little more sensible. And so, yeah, I think in the most ideal sense, hey, hello, welcome in, TY Gel. In the most like optimistic sense, I would say future-proofing would consist of thinking about, you know, upgrade path, or wanting to have just a general longevity. Have a decent chance of having the computer last a decent amount of time without upgrading or getting a new computer. And not necessarily, oh, this computer is going to last me and I'm not going to have any issues at all playing the newest games for X amount of time. if you stay around the same general area of stuff, you can overkill for 1080 and keep that for nearly forever. Mostly it would need a CPU upgrade over time, perhaps. Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? Is if we're talking about gaming, the upgrade that usually is the best bang for your buck is the GPU. Now, you may need to upgrade your power supply, you may need to upgrade your motherboard in extreme cases, but check your sub count. It should be close to 2K. I can potentially do that. Let me get this motherboard in done. And right? Wait. Hold on. Nope, I had it right the first time. I learned so well how to do DDR4 and then DDR5 came out. I'm so used to DDR4 was usually it's like the label is pointed outwards, but for DDR5 it's like pointed inwards. And I know that's kind of a silly way to like think about it because it's mainly just down to the manufacturer, but goodness. I'm gonna retry that. So yeah, a lot of the times people get kind of not upset, but like skeptical whenever someone uses the words future proofing. And that can be why. That can be a good reason why. Of just a lot of times whenever people kind of use that sort of language, there's like a general not misunderstanding, but misconceptions. I think your CPU is also important because, for instance, not getting the performance out of my 7900 XTX others are. Oh yeah, no. Definitely, it's not that the CPU isn't important, but if we're talking about like just upgrades in general, 9 times out of 10, what is going to give you the most like increase in frames is gonna be the GPU. Yeah, no, the CPU, it's used in like scheduling the frames. So even if you can generate a lot of frames, if the CPU can't manage them effectively, essentially, then you're not really getting much out of it. Yeah, if we're just purely talking about like I have a you know, a small budget to upgrade just one thing. Well, it'd be that one thing. Most of the time, the smartest choice is going to be CPU. And it also depends, right? Because if you're doing 1080, the 7900 XTX is probably a little bit overkill for like 1080. But you would notice the effect more going on higher resolutions with the CPU being not quite as strong. Okay. Could be that could be down to not having the CPU GPU sharing due to being on 3 instead of 5. Thing that the memory sharing that 5000 can do is probably a pretty decent factor. Wish it was not getting 30 FPS on Wukong and you're on 1080. But that could also be down to the Nouveau too. Well, I mean, like Wukong is like a brand new, AAA game, right? So it's like, that's really when you're gonna like feel like your setup is like aged, is if you're trying to like keep up with like the newest games and stuff like that. And not only keeping up with the newest games, but playing them on, specific quality settings and stuff like that. Okay. Motherboard done. Cool. I'm curious to see what's up with the sub count that this person on YouTube mentioned. I think we've been kind of hovering for a while. Oh yeah, we're at 1.99K. I know you can pull up a more detailed thing, but I want to keep on building. 7900 XTX is top of the line card too. Yeah. But I mean, like you said, the if this CPU is a little bit outdated, it does matter. With some other considerations thrown in there too, but it's also like, let's be honest, a lot of games come out and they're like horribly optimized and they end up having like issues because of that. So it could be that you're having trouble playing Wukong now, and then it could be that like half a year from now you play it with the exact same setup and then it's a little bit better because they updated it and optimized it a little bit better. Unfortunately, so is the way of kind of the industry a little bit. Get Lions Tech screwdriver set. JK, I fix it all the way. No. Wells was insistent on having a JIS screwdriver and got that one. Which I do have to say, it is a really nice screwdriver. Okay. A Wawa Weewa? Whoa. Weird. Okay. You think most games now are unoptimized? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Especially the bigger titles. Not as much in the indie games. I got shocked. Okay. Mobo We want that one. Hasn't had an update in ages. September 2024, last update. When was it released? I thought it was like just released like August or something. Yeah, August? Okay. Sparky! The computer is fighting back. This is interesting. Little cardboard support. Okay. Interesting. Huh. I don't hate it. Okay, let's get you on there better. There we go. This does make it awkward to put the panels down though. Glass. Let's just do this. And actually, I'm just going to do that. Go ahead and do that. And I will switch over. There we go. Once the Nuvo is gone, I'll see a massive improvement. I am oh boy. They really got that in there. Can you take that off? What? I think you can. Interesting. I'm gonna just shimmy this out of here, but I didn't notice that last time. Okay. I'm actually gonna do the fans first, I think. Go ahead and just get them out of here. Right? Yeah. Let's do it. Get you guys in there. Then pop this bad boy out. Get... Oh, that's right. They're harnessed. That out of there. Don't do that. Okay. I'm just gonna hold it. I truly wish that there was like something we could do with all of these fans. Because at some point we just end up with so many of them. What do you have to say about all the controversy about NZXT rentals? Well, first off, I should probably acknowledge that we probably shouldn't talk about stuff so openly, but we're so small. It's not like these big companies actually see it. But at some point we should probably not be so comfortable talking about stuff. But on this one, I don't even really have much to say. I've seen the headlines and stuff. Have not watched, Steve's video. Have not really looked into it. So I don't want to comment too much. But what I will say is, it is nice to think about, there is a reason why we exist, right? There's a reason why it might be a good idea to choose us to build your PC and not rent it. Which, I feel like this should be pretty safe to say because it's, nothing specific about them in particular. But, by the way, enjoy the build streams. Heck yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. The concept of renting a computer is kind of wild in the first place. Thinking about it in terms just of shipping, okay? So I talked a little bit about it earlier. For anyone that's unfamiliar, we insure all of our shipments. And the idea there is that if your computer gets run over by a delivery truck in shipping, then you can let us know. We'll file a claim, and then we can either refund you or we can build you a new computer and replace it. So we insure all of our shipments. We make sure to get the right box. And what I mean by that is we're very particular about what box we use. I have these on the wrong side. Oops. So we make sure we use double wall cardboard boxes. And if you didn't know about different types of cardboard boxes, which I would not blame anyone for not knowing, because there's no way I knew any of this stuff before getting into all of this. Um, double wall cardboard boxes. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Instead of having like one layer of cardboard, there's like two layers of cardboard, um, so that it can withhold more weight. Um, and the reason that that's important is so that we can safely ship these large computers without the box just falling apart or the box breaking open and stuff spilling out. Um, and like it's not like we're the only company that does this, right? Like I'm not going to try and pretend, but I like to think that we kind of we try and do what we do with the rest of the company, right? We do our best to put a lot of thought and care into things. Sometimes reality can get in the way and we can't do stuff that we want to do. Um, but at the end of the day, we do our best with what we can. Um, renting is like throwing away money. I mean, yeah, there's the whole thing of like, yeah, but I just again purely even notwithstanding like economic considerations or like anything like that, just like the idea of like, okay, so you're gonna ship me this computer. I have it in my house, and if anything bad happens to it, I don't own it, and if it breaks, it's probably on me, and I'm gonna have to pay some money to like compensate you for your asset that you're renting to me being damaged. Um, because like think about how bad it feels to like have your computer have problems. Imagine if like your computer has problems and it's not even actually your computer. uh like you have a little oopsie, you spill some Gatorade on your computer and you fry a fan. Best case scenario, nothing else breaks. Like if you own that computer, that's still a sucky experience. That's still miserable. You're still gonna have to clean it. Which I it's worth mentioning that I don't know the terms of the logistics of this stuff. So it could be that there's some protections, but given how the story developed, I'm not willing to bet that there's provisions that are generous to the customer. Um, but yeah, just imagine that. Like if you own the computer, okay, even if you have super expensive fans, you spend $50, you get a new fan, you replace it, bing bada boom, dunzo. It was a bad experience, but maybe you learn not to keep your Gatorade near your expensive computer. Um, but you're renting that computer. Oh, that becomes such a stressful nightmare. That's just straight up scary at that point. Hello? Oh, there you are. Okay. Okay. Let's do that. Oh yeah, so sorry, I don't know if I explained the two layers thing. So yeah, basically like I don't know, like the way that a cardboard box is made is I guess I could technically try and like actually this box is double wall. I can tell because so it's basically like wall like smooth cardboard that you see, outer part of the cardboard smooth that you see, but inside there's like it's like a wavy pattern, and that's why it's cardboard is so light, right? Because there's a bunch of air in it. Um, but like double wall is just there's this, but then there's just another layer, essentially. So there's two walls of cardboard. I don't know if that actually gave you a clear picture of what double wall is, but at the very least, if you can kind of imagine that, that gets you pretty much there. See. Be more afraid of someone getting a hold of my sensitive information, even if I erased it until overwritten, it's recoverable. That's actually a really good point too. Yeah, like if you do any sort of like, you know, gosh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's not a great idea all around, but I can see why it would be attractive to people. And I actually I think I actually talked to a friend about it. No, yeah, I actually talked to because a friend actually kind of also asked me about it, you know, my thoughts on it and stuff. And another thing that's wild to me is, um, uh, people don't realize like the majority of people, they would kind of rather something cheaper, even if it's like detrimental to them. And that's something that we like kind of struggle with because um, it's this weird pool of like both PULL and POOLL, I guess. Um, it's like this weird thing of like you have people who, yeah, I guess there's kind of two camps. You have people who would rather like spend, you know, significantly less money, get all used parts that may have detrimental defects and not last them very long, and think that like we shouldn't exist. And then you also have people who want like the newest and best thing, without really regards of like if it'll perform well or not. And that's not to like say that I think making yourself a computer out of used parts is unreasonable or bad or shouldn't happen. It's just frustrating sometimes when those people think, again, that like we shouldn't exist because they can build a computer for $300. And it's like, oh yeah, your $300 used part computer is definitely the same as our Harpy, which is a brand new computer using decent parts, yada yada yada. It can just be frustrating sometimes. Yeah, sorry if that was kind of a nothing burger of an answer. Like I said, I honestly just haven't checked in with that story, and I kind of need to like sit down and just kind of catch up on stuff, honestly. That guys know what's up. There's tools to shred the data though. Yeah, I know that you can like you can zero it out, and there's like other techniques similar to that and stuff like that, but I think, you know, it's not reasonable to assume that maybe everyone who would be out to get sensitive information from a NZXT rental would be able to do this, but I think even if you zero it out, I think there is still maybe some techniques that you can use. I'm not sure though. Don't quote me on that. I could be very wrong about that. In fact, I probably am. But yeah, there's no guarantee that the average customer would do that. Not if you shred the hell out of it. Been there, done that. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm no cybersecurity expert, so it's not like I'm an you know, expert. Okay. Enough yapping about that. Let's get the motherboard in. Time for NZXT's silly bag of screws that aren't your usual screws. Yeah, pretty sure it's just the first one. It sucks. Why are you like this? I've just been known to test things personally. When I went to get rid of my older machine, I took a shredder to the file system and made it all garbage. Okay. Pick that case because it seemed the most simple. You have only have room for my PC under your desk. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you probably couldn't have gotten the same parts if you had done like a Raven, but I would highly recommend seeing about if you can make some sort of modification so that the computer isn't directly on the floor. But unfortunately, I think the majority of our customers have their computers on the floor and there's nothing we can do about that, and that's fine. But man, do I not like it whenever I see a computer on the floor. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna need anything else here. Set that aside for the moment. Luckily, you don't have carpet and you vacuum dust often, so it should be okay. You hope. Okay, well that is good to know. That does make a difference. Wall mount it. That would actually be really funny. Oh my gosh. That's the kind of stuff I wish that we could do, is just like really crazy silly stuff. Cause man, that'd be funny to make like install wall mounts onto a case. It'd be very ridiculous, but funny. Okay. Let's get this bad boy in here. Ah. Okay. Yeah, I do like that they have the thing, the kind of like stud to like center the board and stuff. But last time I was actually having a little bit weird issue with it. Build it in a desk like Linus did. Well, I mean, there's also like like obviously it's really cool being able to like make your own desk PC. But like, don't forget there is like the crazy like Lian Li one, and I'm sure there's plenty of others out there. Come on. So if you don't have the time or resources to actually craft an entire desk PC, uh, one way to do it. Man, now I'm just gonna have a wall-mounted PC stuck in my head. Because the funny thing is if you wanted to do like a wall-mounted PC, the obvious answer would be like open air case. But I find it's incredibly funny imagining instead just a full PC case just mounted onto a wall. But yeah, I don't think we allow it by default just because of um really at this point it's probably just kind of uh like legacy almost the best way I can think to say it of like we used to try and be more strict about our models and like we wouldn't want one model to step on the toes of another model essentially. But we kind of loosened up on that. But what I'm trying to say is like I guess that's still technically kind of around a little bit in the sense of you can't order like a 14900 on the Siren, but yeah, if you wanted to have like the most kind of like the smallest case, they can still hold the more powerful parts without any, extra thought. Could have probably built this into the Lian Li, the Landcool 216. But this is still definitely a nice case. It was cool getting to work with it last time. So okay, I'm gonna install that fourth fan and then I'm gonna start plugging stuff up. Yep. Yep. Okay. Alameda Boot X 63 RGB built-in ATX full tower PC computer case. 1400 PC desk case. Oh wow, that's actually this is gonna sound crazy, but I think that's actually a decent price. I think the Lian Li one is like 5,000 or something crazy like that, like $10,000. So I know it's crazy to say that a $1,400 case is a bargain, but at least compared to like, I guess maybe some of the other desk cases out there. Depending on the tower size and the room you have, they sell fairly cheap adjustable PC stands on Amazon. If you want something nicer, Etsy has some wood ones too if you're willing to shell out more. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I guess I should probably be less particular about people having PCs on the floor and more particular about people regularly cleaning their PCs because uh, I mean, part of the issue with having your computer on the floor is like it's more apt, it's more likely for like bad things to happen to it on the floor. Like if you have pets, kids, or just general like accidentally you could kick it or something. Um, More likely to happen on the floor than not. Um, but ooh, wait, I should. No, that should be. Come on. There we go. Okay. Oh wow, that actually doesn't look amazing, but it's bad. Okay. It is all the way down right now. I do think I want to. Come on. Okay. Last time I put the fan a little bit high up, so I'm trying to put it a little bit lower. I guess I could always adjust this later. It was a bit harder to adjust it last time because I noticed it after I'd finished building, essentially. But it makes sense to try and lower it. But hey, what's up, Piven? And also, hello, welcome in. It's Cons. Hello, hello. Piven, longtime viewer. It's Cons, first time chatter. Heck yeah. Glad to have you both. How are you, my man? Doing good. Had a few crazy things happening recently, but overall, can't complain too much. Okay. Fun fact, the Lian Li DK07 is 1400 too. Really? I thought it was like, I wonder what I was thinking of then, because I thought it was like 7,000 or something. This is your friend's PC you're building? Had to join and watch the Beast be built? Oh, heck yeah. Guy's your friend? Heck yeah, yeah. No, I mean, like I said, I think Pibbin's been watching us for a hot minute. So that's really cool. This one was a little okay, and yes. That's so weird that this is different than the like, because the last time we were essentially just working with the AMD version of this board, and it's a little, I find it a little odd that the connections are so different. Okay, come on. Why am I having so much trouble with this? Come on. There we go. Yay. Okay. And then this one is like excess there. You don't want to be fancy, do you? Huh? Seems right. Just got a PC, know nothing about them. I'm sure the guy on the phone talked me into getting the expensive one for no reason, but we move on. Too bad you didn't hear about us. We do consultations, but we do not try and upsell people. We try and get people what it is that they need rather than spending the most money. I don't want to force it, but okay. I did have it the wrong way, even though it. Whatever. Okay. Ah. Why are you like this? Okay. I did not do this last time, but it might be a bad idea. Do it like this. It was essentially pretty close to how I had it last time, but it is a bit nicer. Try that. And then you definitely want you to go that way. I will do this. You probably don't super want to, but if you did want me to, if you wanted to say what it is you got and wanted me to like give my opinion, could do that for you. Okay. You. Oop. Okay. Your purpose and spec list will tell us what we need to know. Yeah. Sorry, I should have. If you could just let me know if like running a certain game would just melt the thing, that'd be amazing. Yeah. Where to start? Honestly, it's like reading another language to you. Yeah, no, fair enough. If you can just first off start off with like what you want to do with it. If it's gaming, maybe say like your most played games or something like that, or like a genre of games that you like. Um, and yeah, if you can find the spec list and just copy and paste the spec list, um, that is pretty much all we need to know. And then, sorry, yeah, do be aware that we don't allow links in chat just for like, you know, content moderation reasons type stuff. Uh, so, yeah, you will have to just like copy paste or something. And yeah, CPU, GPU is like most important, but if you can't figure out which ones those are, that's fine. And also, I'm curious to also see like case and stuff like that too, because we are yeah, we're particular about our parts that we use. So we don't use any parts that we don't think are good. And part of that also includes like cases and cooling and stuff like that. Because it's always kind of funny whenever people like say like, oh, can you like give it extra cooling so that it'll not overheat? And it's like, that's not possible. We are very particular to make sure that overheating is not even going to be a consideration. So that is one thing about how we do things. I did realize that I did forget to put on the bracket for the cooler. So that's going to be fun. I believe it's actually like sort of taking off the socket. Huh? Wait. What? Okay. That's weird. I don't quite get that. Yeah, that's weird. Oh, hello, chicken, over on YouTube. Wow, that is that's. I'm curious how you were able to snag that username. Pretty cool. Do I need these? I think I do. I'm just take all those out. And then that's AMD, don't need that. Hardware stuff, don't know if I need that. Set that aside for now. So, okay, I'm gonna actually take a look in the back here because I think I can actually just take this off temporarily. Ooh, that is pretty cool. That helps out a lot. I don't have to uninstall the motherboard. You'll send it to the Discord. Just gotta wait 7 more minutes to send chats. Okay, gotcha. Hey, what's up, Spider? Hope you've been doing well. Okay, so I know what I have to do here, but I want to just make sure that you mean the username of the guy above you? Filtered all messages if you can't see his username? No. I mean, yours is a chicken, is it not? Or maybe that's like name. Okay. Not much here, just vibing, doing good. Heck yeah. Good to hear. Yes, it's chicken, but do you see the guy above you? To me, it says Malik. Okay. Yep. Fine. Okay. What? What? Okay, yeah. Oh, that's what that's for. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. The thick padding can be removed. What are you talking about, though? I'm so confuzzled. I feel like I'm missing something. What? Okay. Okay, yeah, okay. Sorry, I get it now. Okay. Probably for the best I did that. Send me the specs. Okay. Let me do this and then I'll take a look. Or actually, let me just take a look at chat for a second to make sure that there's not something of concern there. Huh? Oh, that is weird. Okay. I see what you're talking about now. I'm just gonna move on. Concerned about me and lack of non-red shirts? What? What are you talking about? Eh? What? Forced to wear red now? Yeah, I basically have to wear red. Like, okay, I don't have to. At this point, I do it just so that I just continue on the tradition or whatever. Okay. The picture is clear now. The only issue is that I have indeed actually made this harder for myself. Even though I have removed the back here. So... Oh, you know, I play this game where I say something random and see how confused Ryan gets. That is... I feel like that's a very easy game to play. Which I don't know what that says about me, honestly. Okay, wait. No, okay. This might be a bit silly. Here's how we're going to do this. Because there's a high likelihood of things not going optimally if I don't be careful about this. Let me just do this. It's fun seeing those poor neurons firing off, trying their best to figure it out. Goodness. It's for the following 12400F 3050, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 550 watt PSU. Those specs aren't horrible. They're pretty balanced. It's not like, oh boy, okay. Yeah, I didn't think that one through. Now I know for next time. Okay, there's 2, 3, 4. And there we go. And the back plate is still in place, question mark? I see one screw. Okay. Should be fine. Now I did need those screws, these ones. Okay. The PSU could have used a bit of a bump, but it's okay. Yeah, I agree there. But my main concern is if it's a 550, I'm concerned that it's like bronze or something, or maybe that it's like not actually a of decent quality, I guess. The RAM also is low, but that also corresponds on use case. Yeah. PCS Prism 2 ARGB mid tower case. That's the case. Yeah, I had a feeling it'd be some case that I have no idea what it is. Okay, I think the back plate probably came out. Of alignment. So actually, okay. Yes. Okay. Let me be careful here. Yeah, maybe this is a better idea. No. Maybe. Oh boy, note to self, do not forget to do this beforehand next time. RPS case? Okay, I mean, I figured, but does it have any dumb, I mean, the main thing that I look for is, does it have any dumb, like, solid plastic panel over the intake, like in the front, or like stuff like that? Does it look like it have like just absolutely abhorrent like cooling? It's meshed? Okay. 80 plus bronze. Yeah. Take that back, it's about half meshed. I think the new MO3 is anyhow. So it's probably not the end of the world. Okay, let's see here. This contact frame is something. Okay, well the back plate is definitely back in. So I'm going to get this back on the table. That is one thing about building PCs that there really is no solution for. All these wires. Okay. That area. Oh, okay. Not gonna lie, I was a little bit confused, but I was just rolling with it. They probably did answer that in the original message coggle, but I wanted to get this contact frame on first. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, I'm not seeing a use case. Did I answer that? I also asked the same question. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, the 12400 B760M-K. What's the? I can't remember what the K model is. I don't know if I really. Graphics card support bracket, none. That's fine. It's a 3050. M.2 SSD, 1 terabyte. Yeah, that's fine. PCS FrostFlow 100 V3. I've not heard of that cooler. Okay, sorry about that. Without further ado, let's friggin' get on with it. So yeah, I think. Sorry, I know I just said let's get on with it, and then I went back to my phone, but let me make sure that. Yes. Okay, cool. I'm not forgetting anything. I understand what's going on. Let's go. Okay, so really, now that I got that contact frame back on there, back is a weird way, maybe not the right phrase to use. Now that I got that on there, let me get the back on. Actually, let me put the Intel mounting here. Probably could have put that in the bag actually, but that's, no, I'll do that. And I don't think I actually need these. I think those are for AMD. Put that in here. Okay. If it makes you feel any better, I'm like really bad with online names in the sense of like if people change them. And so my own, like one of my like friends messaged me yesterday, and like I did not recognize the name at all. So I had no idea who they were until I like scrolled back up in the messages and stuff. So if it makes you feel any better, it's not just you. I'm just pretty bad in general when it comes to people changing their online name. Is that a blacked out build? No, it's we try and color match as best we can, but it's I think the does the motherboard have, oh no, it's pretty dark. It might coincidentally be, but then again, a lot of people use blackout build to mean like no RGB. But yeah, hey, what's up, Ember? Okay. Focus, what am I doing now? I want to get this freaking mess of cables in line. That's what I want to do. Okay. actually, yeah, wait, what am I doing? I need... Oh, we want? Okay. Do that. Sometimes, I know I already said this, but now that I'm back here managing the cables, oh, I can't help but think, I really hate how, like, some motherboards will be, like, so nice with how they deal with the, USB 3.0, and then they just throw it out the window for the USB Gen 3.2 or whatever, the USB-C. Okay. Oh, sorry, I think I missed a bunch of YouTube messages. You know how to update the newest microcode so that the motherboard doesn't overvolt and fry the 14900K? Make sure you do that. You don't have the... Yeah, no. Trust us. We've dealt with a few of those, and we are careful about it. Yeah, no. All you have to do is update the BIOS, and that's part of our process anyways, is making sure that the BIOS is all up to date and so on and so forth. So that's just a part of our regular operation, really. That's nothing really revolutionary there. I'm trying to remember what I did last time for these fans, because I think I had no choice but to daisy chain the RGB for the fan. Oh, I guess this is also a different board too, though. I feel like I'm doing the thing where I don't really actually make much progress. Okay, so that's CPU fan, pump fan. We have two 3-pin RGB, a sys fan. Is there any header I'm missing? Does not look like it. That's a little bit annoying. Okay. There's a fan there. I don't like doing it, but I think I'm gonna have to do the same thing I kind of did last time, where I run the fans down here, but I run the RGB up here. Except for this time, there's actually two places for RGB that are convenient. Yeah. This is Okay. Um, as for you just taking a peek, if you want the RGB to affect the part cooling, and you want lighter parts. Just checking in on a lot of people, maximum power. Effect is PC out on where I suspect it was purchased 935. Okay, that's interesting. Because it's not a bad price for a PC, but it also is kind of some older and maybe cheaper parts, so it maybe should be a bit cheaper. You want a fighter jet PC? Make fans go vroom? Oh, heck yeah. I used to pick on my friend because his computer would sound, or his laptop would, the fans would go on or turn on, and it sounded like it was taking off. It was kind of funny. Oh, that's right. It's the pump head. Not the. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's UK, so it's not going to be parody that well, but that's an idea. Yeah. First, I get, at least gets kind of ballpark estimate. So 4070 Ti Super is expensive. Yeah, it definitely is, but it's kind of unfortunate that it's kind of like the best bang for the buck in a sense. Um, if you're wanting a higher end GPU from NVIDIA, that is. To be very specific about that, what I mean by that. I'm actually just going to leave it a little bit of a mess back here and just plug this in just so I know how much slack I'm working with. All that good stuff. Okay. Now I just have to manage all of this. It's under 800 in some places at the moment, you believe, but haven't looked further than Google News. Yeah, fair enough. It's wild how good it is though. You want it? Yeah, it is definitely not cheap, but it is a pretty good value when compared to other 4000 series cards. Like if that's what you want, then it actually can be pretty decent purchase. Let me actually just go ahead and do this as well. You're back. So what was your verdict on the build? Was it all right? We are still curious to hear what your like use case is, like what you're wanting to do with it more, a little more specifically. But just a blind verdict on the parts versus the cost. It's not a super like fair comparison because sometimes things get lost in, you know, currency conversion and stuff like that. But I would say overall, my impression is that it's not like horrible. Um, Talking specifically about like the kind of uh, the parts that you got versus the converted to USD cost. Uh, Looking at it from that perspective. Okay, now to make this mess a bit better looking. So I should be able to, let's be just good here. I will gonna use it for some light gaming office work and running the projector in your room. Yeah, that'll be, I would say, I'm still a little concerned about like some of the parts that you got for how much you paid, but I wouldn't say that you got ripped off, and it'll do what you want it to do. So I think it's, you know, it's already been purchased, right? So unless you're like gung-ho about like you'd be willing to return it or something, you're probably, you know, fine. Um, actually, do this. Ugh. I missed. Wasted a zip tie. so that's fine there. And then coming like this. Honest. Do and just do that. These like that. This is probably good to go. I mean, the good news is that this is like basically most of the like cable management that needs to be done. So I don't know if it's just harshly judging my own work or what, but I don't think this looks quite as pretty as how like maybe Pat or Wells would have done it, but that's about it for that. Yeah, and then what do I need? I need, oh, you're sneaky. Okay. Here, I'll do this. I'll try and get this kind of grouped together a little bit. The thing about it, its cons is it's gonna kind of depend on like region and stuff like that. So like 4060 might not price out quite the same here as it might there. Okay. That should be pretty good. RAM can always be upgraded later on. Gotta make the works for Wimbledon tennis, VAR. They always have spare RAM just laying around so we can grab it for you. Yeah. Not false. It is true. Okay. I think I mainly just have to get the cooler on here. Install the PSU. And we're pretty much done. What should I do first? Actually, I'll actually just do the PSU real quick. The low fan mode, yeah, under 0 fan mode. Okay. Last time I had such a hard time getting this thing in here. Don't know exactly why that was. CAD Simulations, hello, hello, welcome in. Nice specs. Yeah, the customer did a good job on this one. Ah. Stay on there. Might be time for remagnetize and like. Actually, it might have been just that one screw was being a bit wonky. I don't know. Actually, all of these are being a little bit weird. Why you do? Okay. So get some of this plugged in. Come on. There we go. Okay, cool. This one isn't weird like the last one. Come on. Okay. There we go. Oh wait, what? Last time I think. Okay. There was like a. I wish that there was a like anchor point in a certain place, and there wasn't. Okay. This is coming together nicely. Do the same thing I did last time and just zip tie this together. Throw it in the bottom. And then let me not forget about the SATA. Let's go ahead and do that. Talking about things that are hard to mount, love the Freezer 3. It looks amazing. It even looks decent, but on AM5 their lock mechanism is so bad compared to the old Freezer. Is it? A quick question though, I just had a look and it said I'm getting 2 8 gigabytes make up 16 gigabytes, so is there... Yeah. Wait, there's... Oh, is that what the K is? What does that mean? Honestly, it's probably not a bad thing. Or, I mean, okay, so it is definitely probably like that because they kind of cheaped out, like it's a cheaper board. But you really only want 2 sticks of RAM anyways. So only having 2 slots, I would say, is maybe not the end of the world. It's not ideal, but I could also be wrong because the K is a bit different, or like that version of the motherboard is a bit different. So I don't know the specs necessarily just off the top of my head. Yeah, I understand why they do like this because they use the offset mount, but it's a struggle to mount it on the CPU. I'm not sure I quite follow. I mean, it's definitely different. Don't get me wrong, but I think once you understand what you need to do, it's not that difficult to mount it. But about like talking about mounting pressure and all that, though, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's like pretty good mounting pressure for both Intel and AMD. But it has been a while since I've seen information on it, so I could be wrong. Okay, let's play the game of can we get the right angle connector on there nicely, or are we gonna suffer? Hey, Trashy! Hello, hello! How's it going? Hope you had a good day. Not great, but it is in there. I don't feel great about that, but it should be fine. Yeah, I should not. I don't like that. Mounting pressure is good. The way it mounts is strange. You really need to push down with a lot of force to be able to screw it in. Other than that, it's kind of best IO at the price point. Yeah, like I think I do know what you're talking about with the like you need a decent amount of force to get it in, but I didn't have too much issue with that when we built the other day and had an AMD CPU with the Liquid Freezer 3. I swear maybe I just need to also start installing the SATA first as well, because I don't know why this top one is such a pain once the bottom one is in. What did Okay. This happened last time where I just spent like a few minutes just messing around with the data. Okay, I think what it is the bottom, the clip was making it difficult. I think that's what it is. Okay, and I just need to these taken care of. Whoops. Ah, no. What Okay. Yeah, cooler and then GPU and then we're done. Okay, so that's the one we want. We don't want this one. And then also these throw in there. Sorry, I haven't been reading chat quite as much. I don't want to get this bad boy done. It's kind of knocking some stuff out. Yeah, but you build how many of them? Build just 2 experience. Yeah, no, for sure. No, yeah. Very good point. Hey, what's up, McZerg? Install Windows 11 on it. Add OS Windows 11. I mean, we started only doing Windows 11, and I don't think it's that vital to the parts list. Definitely is useful information. The one thing that I like is that the fact that the fans are pre-installed on the Arctic means that they are technically making taking a stance on which way the tubes should go, and I think that's funny. Windows 10 goes kaput next year. No, yeah, it's stopping official support. Hey, hello, Raider 1K. I should probably stuff out and ready. We actually started. We actually took Windows 10 off because we were starting to notice that there was actually a bit of a performance difference between using Windows 10 and Windows 11, and not just like performance, like kind of like numbers, but also like weird issues and stuff. So so we figured that, because we also wanted to upgrade, like, do our refresh and kind of upgrade things as well. So it only made sense to just stick with the newer hardware, like retire 12th gen, except for like on the Harpy. I think Harpy still has 12th gen available. And so yeah, it only made sense to just kind of I'm not a little bit. It'll be fine. Yeah, it just made sense to kind of retire that stuff. Okay. It won't die, but it will be at end of life for updates and support. Yeah, yeah. Which it won't die, but they might. They'll probably take the ISO off of their official website. So that is something to consider as well. It'll be a little bit more difficult to get, but you can always find it. Yeah, but I don't know. Trying to get like older versions of Windows, sometimes it can be a little sketchy, because or the websites can be a little sketchy. Or at least that's how I felt trying to grab an older, like a copy of like Windows XP or something, for like a really old laptop. By that time, next Windows will come out some days. Yeah, it seems to be their MO. And with newer hardware, you kind of need Windows 11. Some hardware components don't have drivers for Windows 10 anymore. Really? I haven't noticed that, but I have noticed, like I said, there was just some weird performance differences and like weird issues popping up. Internet Archive is pretty good for that. I can't remember what I ended up doing, but I did end up finding an installation, for Windows XP or whatever it was. Hoping your PSU won't die for next 3 years. You're worried? Why? I mean, PSUs are pretty long-lived. Is there like anything in specific that's like worrying you? Wi-Fi 7 drivers for X870E MSI motherboards are just for Windows 10, for example? Ooh, okay. I just so happened to line things up pretty well without trying. The back fan could probably come up a little bit, but I think it's fine where it is. I'll leave it. Get you back in there. You guys back in here. Ugh, okay. Doesn't work. Windows 10 doesn't want to work with Wi-Fi 7. It could be that, yeah, there's some sort of like new standard or something. Archive always first and foremost, and how long ago was this? That I was trying to like install Windows XP or whatever. It was like, actually I think it was almost exactly a year ago now, which is weird. I don't like that. I don't know why I closed that. I'm gonna open it right back up. Okay. Oh. Huh. Okay. I do love that for Arctic, the screws are like captive and like there's not really much fuss. Really cool. Like all the work goes into mounting the all the work goes into mounting the mounting, like doing the mounting, the bracket and all that good stuff. Everyone be my witness. Plastic is off. I do kind of hate though that can be kind of weird getting it perfectly in place. So ugh. Come on. Okay, there we go. Okay. There we go. All the bad windows were fun times, right? Gosh. I had a Vista laptop, downgrade it to 10 or XP ASAP. From what you know, Windows 10 doesn't support Wi-Fi 7 at all. Love tinkering too. Okay. Boom, bada bing. You will. Okay. Let's do. And Okay. On there, correct? And here's where it gets annoying. This VRM is going to have to go over here. I don't love. And then you can go here though. If I can get this on, I'm starting to be afraid that like the connector is too, no? Okay. Oh boy. Come on. No. Okay. One of those funny instances where everything works out nicely in the front, so all you need to really do is just bring the excess to the back. Oh, that's actually not bad at all. That actually looks maybe a little bit better than the one that I did last week in terms of it being kind of neat. Okay. And it's as simple as that. Boom, and then I peel this off. Smack this bad boy on there. Take that plastic off. Oh, cables. Might have gotten the cables a little too tight. A little bit of slack. Okay. How dare you do this to me? I feel like it's not on there. Okay. I really don't want to do this, but it's being annoying. Okay, there we go. I think that was it. It was really just that the wires were in the way. Okay. At least I know that for the future now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And aha, okay. Okay. Looking good. I guess we'll have our moment of truth once I get this thing turned on, but that looks good to me. And speaking of getting this bad boy turned on, I think all we really need to do is get the GPU in there, which will be a cinch. We are essentially done. Okay. That. What's your most favorite case to build in? Ooh, that's actually a good question. So here's what I'm thinking. We purposely, I talked about it already this stream, but we really are particular about our parts. We really want to have like the best parts we can get. So not only do we make sure that like the case is going to have good cooling, so on and so forth, but we also like to pick cases that are make it easier for us to build as well. And the thing about that is that all of the cases that we use are pretty fun to build in because of that. Come on. Like I personally like the 011 dynamic, but sometimes it can be a little annoying in some aspects. So I hesitate to say that one. I really like the 216 as well, the Landcool 216. But it's not my personal pick, I would say. And then the most fun to build in would be like some of the small form factor ones because it's different, it's interesting. But those can also be a heck of a pain as well. But I'm now realizing I started thinking about fun cases to build in, and you said favorite. So, what would be my favorite? It's kind of actually a hard question. if I had to pick one, I guess if I, you know what, this might be like a little bit of a cheap out answer, but maybe my favorite case to build in would be the MO3 because it's just a little guy. It's so simple. The builds that we do in that thing aren't very complex. And so they're pretty straightforward and pretty easy to do. So I don't know if that's a cheat. If that's like a cheat answer. But I do like MATX builds because they're like a fun compromise between big flashy lights of like larger cases and the like convenience and smallness, small form factor, compactness is probably what a better word I was looking for. This is oh boy, don't be that dramatic. I thought I could hello? Oh, I think the battery is low. I need to charge it. I think we have multiple batteries actually, so. Okay, did I see that right? No, you're 3 slots. Okay. Yeah, I think. Okay, cool. And this guy is the charger. Okay. It's a bit bad. I don't think I've actually charged the batteries before because I haven't built. Okay. I will keep that in mind for after stream. And then you are, yes, 3 slots. We'll do that. There we go. Okay. Here it is. Big boy going in. That was pretty smooth. Okay. Do you have any here, let me do you have any experience with PTM 7950? What do you think of it? Just started using it. Cannot say I'm that impressed. I don't know what PTM 7950 is. What is that? A case or is there a reason you went with 1490K rather than 7800 X3D or a 4070 Ti Super over 7900 XTX or XT? Just curious. So yeah, this is hello, welcome in. We're Phoenix PC. We're a company that builds computers for our customers. So yeah, this is just a build that the customer ordered. So yeah, you know, a lot of people are understandably upset with Intel, and AMD has had some really killer options for CPU. So yeah, it's no surprise asking about that. And then also, NVIDIA can be pretty gosh darn expensive, and AMD, although it doesn't go as high up the stack, does also still have some good GPUs. So yeah, I can't tell you exactly why the customer would choose these parts. They were in chat earlier, and actually I was gonna try and get their attention now because we're about to do the turn on. So I can't tell you what they were thinking, but if I could take a stab at it of why I might. You're here? Hey, what's up, Lord Pizza? Yeah, about to turn on the computer. And if you want to weigh in on this, feel free, but if you don't, that's fine. Why I would potentially pick a 4900 over like a 7800 XVD or something like that. You know, obviously it's really, unfortunate, unacceptable that Intel has had these kind of like, just crazy issues with CPUs frying themselves and stuff. Oh, what am I doing? I gotta plug in the GPU, duh. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna come through here, actually. But that being said, this is a personal opinion, not a professional opinion of like Phoenix. This is just a personal opinion. I like Intel, or liked Intel, because usually I've noticed usually Intel kind of on average tends to have less kind of weird, quirky issues than AMD, in terms of like software and drivers and stuff like that. Again, just personal opinion on like kind of a what I've noticed basis. And plus, the 1400K is pretty gosh darn powerful. CPU, of course, is doing that, throwing like all the power you can give it, which is not another thing to consider. But and then yeah, again, just kind of a slight bias of like NVIDIA. The drivers are pretty solid. This isn't going to be the turn on. I'm just going to do a quick test turn on for myself. Make sure I did everything correctly, not missing anything. Everything's looking good. Tubes are a little bit weird. And so yeah, NVIDIA has just a little bit better of like a feature set and stuff. And it's always a question of, okay, but are you actually going to use those features? I'd rather pay a little bit more and have them. It's just kind of my personal preference. But the Lord Piece has said, basically always had Intel and NVIDIA. It's what I know how to troubleshoot for my own use. Not a fanboy one way or the other, just how the cards have fallen. Yeah, actually, yeah, I completely agree with Lord Piece. That's kind of, I fit that description as well. 7800 XVD is a very good CPU for gaming. If you do work on your PC, there are better CPUs out there. Yeah, that's not wrong. This computer has a 5800 X3D and 7800 XT in it, and the computer in the bedroom has a 12900KS and a 4070 Ti. So I'm not an AMD fanboy. Man, that's the 12900KS and 4070 Ti. That's a beast. But heck yeah, it's awesome to have someone have like a reasonable take on that, because man, sometimes people get weird. I got 6 in a weird driver, so it's possible. Oh, they're talking about the Wi-Fi 7 drivers. Back in the days, ATI wasn't as good with drivers. Yeah, and it's not like a it's not like a thing that can't possibly change too, right? Like you guys are saying, of like drivers is kind of can be fixed with time and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Pat likes to say that you know, we uh we like whoever's winning basically. Whatever is the best option at the time, that's kind of what we tend to go with. I mean, like if someone were to contact right now, um I probably would tell them to, try and shoot for like the 7800 or the, 9800 or we're having issues getting sourcing for the 9800 X3D unfortunately, but um yeah, like so my professional opinion has actually changed of like I probably which actually no, you there's proof of that of the last build because that was a consultation and I actually told them, hey, I'm recommending you the 7800 X3D and um, so on and so forth. So, yeah, my professional opinion has definitely changed, but my personal one is I'd probably uh, definitely check the reviews and make everything, make sure I understand everything well. But yeah, Intel has been not doing great, and that is unfortunate. Okay, enough yapping. I think everything's ready for the clip. So, without further ado, let's do this, and then we can get back to conversation afterwards. Okay. So, this is backwards. Okay. And, okay. This is 1347. Pizza Lord in chat. Heck yeah. There's a back fan. Here's the top fans. Here's view from the front. Here's the cables in the back. I routed your SATA data and SATA power down to this little drive bay in here. So if you ever want to add any drives, they're already down there. If you want HDDs or you just want to put stuff there, it should be pretty simple for you to route them back up there. Shouldn't have too much issues with that. And don't forget that you're going to need to unpack this and there'll be like some stuff protecting the GPU in there. And all you'll need to do is, I think, take off the plastic on the front and back of the glass. I think all the plastic is out of here. Should be at least. I think you're good there. And yeah, thank you so much, Pizza Lord, for helping support us. Hey, hello. What's up, Dragon Lord? Welcome in. Unfortunately, we're a little bit at the end, but that's fine. Okay. And sorry for the mix-up of getting the date wrong on when it would be built. Thank you for your patience and understanding with that. Really helps out a lot. The best CPU is the one you can afford, yeah. Or the one that you can get your hands on. Yeesh. 9800 X3D is just like completely sold out everywhere. 9800 X3D is a beast, running at 5.8 all core, while under 70 degrees and full load with fans at 1000 RPM. Yeah, it is just the better kind of pick right now, which is why a lot of people are buying it, and unfortunately, probably why we probably could have gotten a lot more orders if we were able to source it, but it's just not possible for us at the moment, unfortunately. Ugh. Okay, there's the clip for chat and Pizza Lord. Thanks for the build. Happy to support you. Oh, thank you so much. No worries. What's your usual shipping duration? Yeah, so things are a little bit weird because of kind of being the one-man show right at the moment. So usually I would say that it should ship out 1 to 2 business days after. Right now it's more like 2 to 3, unfortunately, like 2 to 3 business days. But yeah, hopefully, you know, you should see an email of it getting shipped out soon. But definitely, you know, I would say Friday, worst case scenario, Monday. But you'll get the tracking information, and you should be able to manage your shipment. I talked to a customer recently, and they're having a little bit of some issues with that. So I think that might be something I need to like look into on the back end. But yeah, once you get the email with the tracking link, you should be able to see where it's at and all that good stuff. You're running a 13900K and 5700G. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that the 13th gen had such, because I still need to like look into it, but I've heard that the like 13th gen, there's just like nothing, like the microcode is more of like a patch than a fix. Your 5800 X3D was 326 and the i9 was 348, so price was right on both. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's go play some Indiana Jones with that computer. It'll eat it up. Heck yeah. Wish you could get your hands on an ASRock Nova, but they are sold out everywhere in Europe. Ooh. But yeah, no, this is I'm gonna get to work to getting it all, you know, getting Windows on it, installing drivers, all that good stuff, getting it ready for you. And definitely will be a beast. Looking forward to you getting it, being able to use it. And it looks like Chef Steve is live and cooking. And I think he's actually, seems like he might actually be on location. Oh, he might be at Starlight. Okay. Well, enough guessing. Let's go raid Chef Steve. And I'll post a link in YouTube if any of you would like to come along with us. Chef Steve is one of our flock members. He is a very cool dude who is doing something similar to us. He started his own food truck, and he streams running the food truck on Twitch. He's a very fun and cool guy. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and start the raid. Yeah, let's all go support Chef Steve. I think we might be live Friday for another build. Don't hold me to that. But I think it might be a build Friday. It's gonna be either Friday or Monday. Might just come down to how things shake out for me. But in any case, should be back live again soon. So yeah, I'll stop yapping. Let's go raid Chef Steve. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope everyone has a good weekend if I don't come back on Friday. But we'll see. Okay, thank you everybody. Bye-bye.